Hi my scrappy peeps, I am back with another Traveler's Notebook process video for you today. And today I'm going to be working on both my son and my daughter's Hawaii Traveler's Notebook. Now if you're just now joining me, I just got back from Kauai and I am super excited to kind of jump in and get these Traveler's Notebooks started and completed right away, because I definitely don't want it to linger like my December daily from 2016, which I am still only halfway through. So I'm excited, and like I said, I just wanted to jump right in. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what you can expect of what products I'm going to be using. And when I got home, I was looking through and I'm just like, I'm on a kind of a budget of what I spend a year, which is I gave myself only $100, which I have met that $100 limit. And so I'm going through and I'm like, where are all my tropical collections? Do I not have any? And so then I know that Crate Paper had two of them just recently, and they're very similar. I think it was like a Wild Heart and Oasis. And I went and looked at it and I thought, okay, I have to have it, right? I need it because I just took a Hawaii trip. Loaded everything up in my cart, saw the $50 charge, and I'm just like, ugh. Now, since I've been on kind of a budget and being aware of my spending for scrapbooking supplies, I have learned to say yes and no on things. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't need this. I don't want to spend $50. I've already reached my budget. I want that $50 that I could be spending on this going towards our next vacation, because this has been our first real family vacation. And so what I did here was I was like, okay, what can I do? And I thought of tropical colors. So you're going to see me use the blue, like an aqua and a lime green stamp pad. And I just grabbed a mini airplane stamp and I thought, you know what, why don't I just do a border around? I'm liking how this looks so far. Now, one thing I did find in my stash was some Jolie stickers. And I know you're like, wait a minute, rewind, turn up the volume. Did she just say Jolie stickers? Yes, I did. I have had them in my stash forever. Gosh, I remember when I would buy them all, and I have yet to throw any of them away. And the ones that I was finding myself drawn to was the ones that were the states. Anybody remember when they came out with all the states and all the different countries? Well, I bought them all. And I'm going through with ones that have like Florida, there was Hawaii, I think there was like a tourist one, and they had the tropical flowers, the palm trees, and all those good stuff. And so I'm going to show you how you can use them in your Traveler's Notebooks or even on your layouts without looking dated. So you don't have to have use up the whole sticker sheet, but today I am going to use the one, and it was from a tourist package, and it's just an actual ticket, like an airplane ticket, and I'm going to use that for my son's album. Now the package is right there on the left so you can see it. But you'll see that ticket in here in a little bit. Next I'm going to grab a Studio Calico stamp. Actually, that was one of my purchases recently. They came out with like a travel documenters kit and scrapbooking kit, and I had to have all of it. And I am obsessed right now with stamping, and I never thought I would be obsessed with stamping, but I am. And I don't know if it's just for Traveler's Notebooks. I haven't really got into it so much in my 12 by 12 spreads, but definitely for Traveler's Notebooks. Now, the one thing I did want to kind of explain to you about what to expect on these upcoming process videos is I am doing my son and my daughter. So you are going to see pretty similar or sometimes the same exact photos, but two different looks on two different spreads. And that way you just kind of get more inspiration all at once. Now the two layouts I did today, I have not done scrapbooking in 2 weeks. I just did this spread today on Monday, and then I am editing and doing the voiceover and getting it uploaded it for you guys all in one day. But I love the fact that how quickly I can do it. And I just, like I said, they're when I take a break that long, I definitely need to get my groove back and ease myself into scrapbooking. So I always go with just very basic pages. Are they, these two spreads, I mean, designer team material? No. And I'm totally okay with that. Like I said, I wanted it to be basic because I was just trying to get my feet wet after taking a 2-week scrapbooking break. Now, because I did airplanes for my sons, totally different look, I'm now doing one for my daughter. And I found this old Amy Tangerine airplane. So these are the only 2 airplane stamps I have. It's in the clouds, and I thought that's perfect. I just found a color that would match. Now, when I was going through for my daughter's pics on trying to find something for me to use for her album, I found the sticker sheet, and you can kind of see it. You'll actually see a little bit more later. It's a Dear Lizzie sticker sheet. I don't even know what collection that's from. It might be Saturday. I don't even know. But they had the Hawaiian leaves, and I cannot think of it right now. It's a unique name. I don't hear too often, but it's the ones you'll see them. I mean, the Hawaiian typical tropical leaves. And right away, I was like, oh, I like this. Is there any more like palm trees or anything on it? There isn't. It's almost like a random icon. So I have no idea what that collection was about. But because of the leaves and then the color combination or color palette that she chose, I loved it. So right then and there, I knew that was my inspiration. Just that 6x12 sticker sheet is what inspired me to start pulling from my stash for my daughter's album. And then that's where I found like 3 6x6 paper pads, all different companies. I think there's an Amy Tan, a Crate Paper. I don't even think there's a Dear Lizzie, and I think a My Mind's Eye, and they all have the pastel-y colors that I want to use, which is like pinks and aquas and yellows and even some orange to go through my daughter's album. So again, here you're kind of seeing very similar photos, except for I think that one that they're standing, I got a picture of them as they're about ready to run down to the airplane because they were so excited. It was their first time being on an airplane. Now my son will say differently. He's like, no, I actually was on an airplane, Mom, when I was 8 months old. He swears he remembers. I'm like, no, you didn't, because you can't even barely remember kindergarten when I ask you on some things. But yeah, so for the most part, as far as having a memory, this is their first time being on an airplane. Isabella has never been on one. Okay, so now I'm just looking at other stamps, and I thought about having a little bit of a layer by that second photo. And I'm going to try a label. Now this is a Studio Calico label. This is, oh gosh, they don't do this anymore with their kits, but for a while there, with any of their subscriptions, they had these labels that you could download. I think it was for $1, and then they're yours. And so I just recently reprinted a whole bunch of them, and then I have the die cuts to cut them out as well. And I thought about, like I said, putting one behind that photo and then having like a little heart or something by it. But because my son's photo or face is in the corner, I felt like that was becoming too much right there, and he was getting lost. And obviously I'm trying to get all 6 of my family members in the photo, and you can't see it there, but in person you can see it very, like there's even just their silhouette of everyone in a row on the airplane. And then next I'm going to grab the Studio Calico stamp that is basically journaling lines that I used for also my son's traveler's notebooks. And I'm really liking that to create the lines for me so I could write in their journal. It's going to say the exact same thing as my son's because I don't want to be all coming up with something new. And then I'm using some Zig Writer pens that I've had in my stash, forever. And it's funny because I've had them for almost 18 years and they are still good. They are not dried up, which is crazy to me. I love those things. And then I thought I was done, and then I thought, you know what, I do want to add a title for my son's layout. I don't think I'm going to do it for my daughter's, and the title is just going to say Take Off. And then that's it, guys. That is going to complete both of these traveler's notebooks. I hope you enjoyed the process video today, especially having two different takes on the same exact photos, or pretty close to the same exact photos. I think there was only one different one. And yeah, so thank you so much. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here, and you all have an amazing day. Bye.